You guys ready?
Yes.
Nice
Absolutely.
and
Feel ready? Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Camera mute.
All right, we're back, everybody, with, as you can see, forward Sophia Smith, defender Emily Fox. If you have a question for them, please raise your hand. We have a few. We'll go back to Mike DeCourcy again. Go ahead, Mike.
Yes, Sophia, I wondered if you could go back to the Costa Rica game and maybe explain some of the difficulty you as a team had in converting opportunities into goals and what can be done now that you're at the Olympics to try to right that.
Yeah, I mean, Costa Rica played a really compact low block, and that's always going to be difficult to create and score against. I think we didn't have a shortage of opportunities. It was just a matter of putting it away, and that's not something that we're worried about or concerned about. Like, we know how to score goals. I think the final piece just needs to come together, and we've been working a lot this week on that. So, yeah, I'm not worried about that at all.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Emma Ruby, go ahead, Emma.
Hi guys, thanks for taking the time. Another one for Sophia. Wanted to ask about Mallory Swanson with you being on the forward line with her. We obviously see what she brings to this team on the field, but do you have any examples or what does she bring off of it that we don't see? Thank you.
Yeah, Mal is like a big sister to me. She is just a ball of energy every single day on and off the field. She is just like so positive, so energetic. She brings the best out of everyone, and she adds like a different kind of fieriness to this team that I think we've maybe been missing a little bit. And I know for me personally, but I can speak for the whole team, like we're so happy to have Mal back. She makes such a big difference, and not just on the field. You obviously see the amazing things that she does on the field, but off the field, she's just a great person to have in the group. So we're really, really happy to have Mal back.
Let's go to Donald Wine. Go ahead, Donald.
Thanks, Aaron, and hello, ladies. Good to see you. First of all, congratulations on making the Olympic team and becoming Olympians. I know this is your first Olympics. How do the emotions for this tournament differ maybe from making your first Women's World Cup last year, and maybe how are they the same?
Roxy?
It's a good question. I mean, I think for both, it's just when you get the call and you're waiting all day for it, there's a lot of nervousness and excitement. And then when I found out I made it, just telling my family, my friends, again, super proud to be able to represent our country and have this opportunity to represent Team USA, which is different than the World Cup. And then I think in terms of another difference, this is just a lot more compact in terms of the time we have together and time between games. And then obviously with the teams, I mean, every group is so difficult, and I think we saw that in the World Cup, and we're going to see this here again when we play Zambia first. So lots of similarities, but yeah, some differences for sure.
Seth Vertelny, go ahead.
Thanks, Aaron, and thanks for your time today, Sophia and Emily. Question, because for one or both of you, you were both on the roster last summer for the World Cup, and I wonder, 1 year later, what you feel has changed with this group. What's different this summer compared to last summer?
I mean, I don't even think about last summer anymore. I think this group is fully moved on from last summer. We learned what we needed to from that tournament, and we've moved forward completely. So I think to compare the two to each other it's not a thing that we do in this environment. This is a new tournament, and it's a new opportunity for us to come together as a team and play together and represent our country on the world stage. So I think, obviously, with Emma coming in.
All right, everybody. Sorry about that again. Technology. Did you guys hear the end of Soph's answer or no? Donald, did you hear that? Soph, paraphrase if you would.
Okay. I was saying we've moved on from last summer. It's not something that we bring back into this environment right now. It's a completely new, environment, a new opportunity. a lot of new players, and we just look forward at this point. We take one game at a time, and with Emma coming in, we've learned a lot, we've grown a lot, and we've introduced a lot of new things that I think will help us have success in this tournament. But we just, we're just looking towards this tournament and not backwards, because there's really no point in doing that.
Meg Linehan, you're up.
Hello from Nice. I was just wondering, how has the Olympic experience been so far? I know, obviously, the game hasn't started yet. We're kind of outside of Paris. I can tell you from experience here in Nice, you would have no idea that the Olympics are happening. So just wondering what the vibes are like over in Marseille right now.
What are the vibes like?
Same. It's kind of peaceful out here. Honestly, I've heard Paris is a bit crazy right now, so I think for us it's actually kind of nice to be a little bit in our own little bubble over here so we can focus and prepare. But I know that once the games start, from what I've heard, it gets crazy and it goes by really fast. So I think we've prepared for a while now. We're excited for the first game to start and just to kind of get the ball rolling.
What have you been up to, Em?
We're all getting our coffee.
Yeah.
Like Soph said, it is very nice to have more of a quiet place. There are obviously Olympic signs and Paris 24 everywhere, but I feel like we've been kind of in our little bubble and gonna have our game and then the open ceremony. So, yeah.
Sandra Herrera, go ahead.
Hey there, thanks for the time today. Not to keep talking about the 2023 World Cup, but a theme that I've noticed that has followed into this particular tournament is like that question mark of leadership, and Emma Hayes has been pretty vocal about how there's a ton of experienced players on this team, both on and off the pitch, and I was wondering if you both could speak a little bit about Rose Lavelle and just sort of what she has brought to the team and to your experiences in major tournaments on and off the pitch.
Yeah. I mean, I think on and off the pitch, Rose is amazing. She's so vital and important for us. And I think what is really unique about her as well is she will have different roles. For example, in Costa Rica, she ended up not getting to go in that game, but it didn't change her mentality, how she cheered for us, giving us information. So I think with Rose, she's just a team player no matter what she's doing. And then obviously on the field, she can do amazing things for us and make things happen. So yeah, I could keep going, so.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everyone has a good idea of who Rose is. She's a fun person to be around and a really great teammate. And we all kind of lead in our own ways, and I would say Rose shows up every day with the best attitude, excited to be here, and just like brings out a laugh in everyone, even during maybe like stressful times. And I think that's important to have. So Rose is great. Rose is always keeping us on our toes, saying some crazy things, but she's just a great teammate to have.
Sylvia Bullock, go ahead.
Good. I'm going to assume evening. Sophia and Emily, this question is more directed for Emily, actually. Your defensive line, this first game against Zambia, obviously they have a very lethal attack, and you haven't, I believe, faced Banda or Kuntanaji yet. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but what are you thinking going into this first game, and sort of what's the plan to try to contain that attack? Thank you.
Yeah. No, you're right. I haven't yet. Luckily, I have watched some NWSL games, so I know what a threat she can be. And so I think for us, really, we're just focusing on ourselves and know that they're both a threat. Their entire team is a threat, especially with their transition. But yeah, we're ready for it, and just having the same mentality for each game. We know Zambia is going to be a really tough opponent to play against, so focusing on them and going from there.
Last two here, we're going to Leslie Ryder and then Alex Spink. Go ahead, Leslie.
Hi, folks. Question for Sophia. Emma's talked about the connection that you and Mal have when you play. I mean, what excites you when you get to play on the front line with Mal?
Oh, everything. I mean, I feel like we just somehow have like a connection in our heads of what each other is going to do on the field. And it's just fun to play with someone who you can move off of and who is really fluid and dynamic. And we're really lucky to have a full front line of players like that, starting or not, who can come in and play any three of the front positions and do it well and have success with it. So playing with Mal is so much fun. I've always loved to. I think our time got cut short last year, and that was a relationship I was really excited to build on. So it's been so much fun having her back and just continuing to build on that and connect in practice and just get to know each other on the field better. We're really close off the field, but it's so much fun. But it's not just Mel. It's everyone on the front line that I get to play with. It's a lot of fun.
Last one goes to Alex. Go ahead, Alex.
Hi. A question for Sophia. For a British audience, Sophia, could you give us an idea what Emma has brought to the setup? What sort of energy, what sort of organisation, what sort of expectation of the group that she's brought, and what it feels like being in an Emma Hayes squad?
Great question. I mean, it feels great. Emma, honestly, is everything I have heard she is in the best way possible. She creates such a welcoming environment and just allows every player to be exactly who they are on and off the field, and she's so supportive. She's personable. Like she gets to know us as people, not just as players, and I think for me that goes a long way. And obviously with doing that, she still has a balance of holding a very high standard every single day in practice and making sure that we're not falling short of that, and every day we're getting something out of what we're doing. So I think Emma has the best balance of just being a really fun person, connecting with us as people, and pushing us as players.
Awesome. Thanks, Soph. Thanks, Em. Thanks
you.
to everybody. We'll see some of you in Nice or later on, and we appreciate you dealing with our Wi-Fi difficulties. Talk to you later.